This episode is brought to you by my one and only food and mood journal. This is an 8-week food and mood journal and planner for beginners where you can track how food affects your mood, your hunger, and your energy levels. Are you sick and tired of promising yourself to stop binge eating? Do you feel out of control with food and you just don't know why you overeat? You might have intense cravings leading to self-sabotage. My food and mood journal is the perfect tool to help you tune into your signals that your body sends you. And by tracking what you eat and drink will help you give insight on how food affects your moods. This is an 8-week kickstart to mindful eating to help you identify the triggers that make you want to eat when you're not physically hungry. So this includes a food tracker, a mood and stress tracker, because we know that stress eating can also lead to overeating. We also have an 8-week goals tracker with journal prompts and affirmations. You'll also track things like your water intake and exercise. It makes a beautiful gift for anyone who feels out of control with food. It's an easy to use journal and it will give you just the insights to help you get on the path to stop binge eating, emotional eating, or any other form of overeating. So get your food and mood journal today by clicking the link in the show notes. Thank you. Welcome to Beyond Overeating by Wholesome Lifestyle Project, the Overeating podcast, where I'll be showing up weekly to share with you what I've learned during my binge eating recovery, helpful tools such as yoga, mindfulness, and energy medicine. My name is Stell, and my purpose is to inform and educate so that you can fast track your recovery in healing your relationship with food and finally trust yourself around the peanut butter jar. Join me as I share top tips, my struggles and triumphs to help inspire or just entertain. Remember, there is nothing wrong with you if you can't stop overeating. That's why I'm here to guide you. Hello, everyone. I am so excited today to have my beautiful client, Cindy, here today. She's going to share a bit about her journey in the Food Freedom Program with you. And I'm super excited to have Cindy here. We just have the most amazing talks. We always have a good laugh in our sessions, even though we do some really deep work. So welcome, Cindy. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thanks, Stell. I'm very excited to be here today.
Amazing. So did you want to just introduce yourself, let us know where you're from, and just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Cindy. I live in the U.S. I live in Virginia, which is out on the East Coast. I am not young anymore. I don't feel old, so I don't say that, but I'm just not young anymore. But I have a family. I am a mom, a daughter, a wife, a sister. I have all the roles. And the biggest role I had before I met Stell was, just like a lot of people, I just struggled with the binge eating a lot. But I'm just a normal person, just like everyone else.
Thank you so much for sharing. And when I met Cindy, she was busy actually studying. So did you want to tell us a little bit about your brand new achievements, which we were super excited about celebrating?
That's true. When I met Stell, I was finishing up my bachelor's degree. I started college as a young person, but got pregnant and got married and then got busy with life. And I don't know, somewhere in my late 50s, I decided that, I was going to go back and get that degree. It's not the degree I would have gotten in my early years, in my 20s. but I got a health information management degree and worked really hard at that. It did not come easy at all, but I did it, and it's very exciting, and mostly it's exciting just to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one thing we worked on really was to celebrate that achievement. We often don't celebrate achievements, or we only know how to celebrate with food. So that was a really good time for us to find ways to celebrate in a non-food way, which is super exciting.
Yes, I have a new piece of jewelry to go with that celebration. It was not food related.
And it's gorgeous. Amazing. Did you want to just share with everyone what life was like before you started working with me in the Food Freedom Program?
Absolutely. As far as around food, I've had other addiction issues, and my food issue has been around since forever. I used to, in my early 20s, I would eat late at night after I'd already gone to bed. I'd wake up and I'd eat. I didn't even know I ate sometimes till the next day. I saw the peanut butter knife and the remnants of whatever I ate. And that happened from my 20s until maybe late 30s or early 40s, just this unconscious eating. And then the binge eating after that really kicked in. And, sometimes I would be all right. And then other times that feeling, it's just a feeling that comes over me at least. And the only way I can't even describe the feeling, but the only way to get rid of it was to eat. And I mean, eat a lot. And I would sneak it. I would hide it. I didn't ever eat like that in front of anybody. And I just, it controlled my life. It really did control my life. And it just got worse as time went on. And I tried everything under the sun, every diet under the sun, every exercise program. Those things. I don't know what else you could try. I mean, I think I tried some meditation. I tried a lot of different things, but they didn't work at all. Not even a little bit did they work, ever.
And I can so relate with that. Like I felt like I tried everything as well, the dieting, the injections, the exercise, and yeah, like as we realize, and as I realized, it's not just fixing those little behaviors. We have to go deeper.
That's right.
Okay. So what made you reach out to me in the first place?
I would like to just think it was kismet. Just the universe spinning and doing its good thing that it does sometimes. I first ran into Stell on Insight Timer. And I think I want to say it was a card reading. And for whatever reason, I heard her say something about emotional eating and binge eating support. And I don't think you led with that. I don't think you did. This was just a card reading. But somehow I heard that. And so then, me being the super sleuth researcher person that I am, I go look her up and look around, and the minute I read, and it's been a while, so I don't remember it super clear, but I remember reading about the food zombies, and I read about each one and went, this woman has been where I've been. I just felt that. Stell has been there. She gets it. She knows it on a level that these other people that try to, a lot of people know about binge eating, and a lot of people claim that they can fix that. But I don't think they've been there. I don't think they get it. And until you actually have been through that, it just gives a different sense of compassion and a different sense of, I don't know what, but that's how I met Stell, and that's how I came to work with Stell, was through Insight Timer in the beginning, and then I heard something, and then I checked out something else on the web, and then it just kind of flowed from there. She offered a phone call, and we chatted about it, and I was very hesitant, and because it wasn't cheap, and I thought, nothing's worked before, why would this work for me? But something in the back of my mind said, no, it is worth this. It's worth trying. I'm worth trying. So that's how it started.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, for those of you who haven't heard of Insight Timer before, it is a meditation app where I do a lot of work just with regards to emotional eating support, but also something I'm passionate about as well is meditation circles and card readings. And yeah, I meet a lot of people through there. So yeah, thank you for sharing that part of your journey. And I really just enjoyed all our moments together. We could, I just feel like we could relate a lot to each other because we have both been in certain behaviors. And, I like to think that I am able to hold a space for my clients because, I've been there, and I there's no judgment.
That's right. And you just have an understanding that no one else would have because you've been there. You've experienced it firsthand.
Amazing. All right. Well, yeah, I just wanted to also check in because through our journey, we had so many aha moments, and I wanted to check in. What was one of your biggest ones during our time together?
Well, aha moment. What happened was one time, Stell not only just talks to you, but Stell listens to you and listened to me at least, and impromptu would do little meditations or peel back the onion a little bit more. And one time, I don't exactly remember what we were talking about, but she decided we should have a meditation and kind of go back in history and see, what happened in a certain situation. And at the end of it, I was able to put together, well, it was really Stella, it wasn't me at all, but she was able to put a couple things together and say, have you ever looked at this? Have you ever thought about this? And it was like, wow, yeah. It was something that had happened in my history. It was pivotal at the time, but I certainly didn't think much of it. And it just kind of made me go, maybe that's what I have been trying to protect all these years by binge eating. Maybe that's, a piece of it, a big piece of it that I had never seen before. And once I acknowledged that and became at peace with it, and it happened really quickly for me, that was a huge aha moment. Just, wow. I am like a lot of people. I don't want to look in the past. I don't want to dredge up old stuff. But that's important. We're a whole person. We're our history, we're our current times, and we have to look at all of that. So that was my big aha moment that we looked at and came to grips with and accepted and dealt with it with compassion. That's going to come next, talking about compassion.
Yes, absolutely. And I think one thing that kind of stood out for me, and I think it was one of our recent sessions, you really talked about, like, Stell, I really realized that emotion and food, I've married them together somehow.
Yes. That is exactly right. And that was another huge shift for me was that, you know, the stress or the anxiety or the fear or whatever the emotion was tied right to, sometimes it was tied right to chips. That was usually stress. And then loneliness, anger, or fear was tied to something sweet. And you could almost go right down the line. If I was stressed, I would be eating something salty and savory. If it was loneliness or fear, almost always I would go for the sweet stuff. And to know that they were together and to learn that you can unbundle them, you can just have chocolate and not be sad or lonely. You can be in a good mood. You can be in no mood. You can have a piece of chocolate. Just a piece, and it's okay. Or you can just be sad and lonely, and you're just sad and lonely, and that's okay too. But one doesn't have to be tied to the other. So yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, such a beautiful realization, and I just loved the way you just explained it, because we've been taught for so long to collapse, feelings with food, just through our social and cultural conditioning. So yeah, amazing work.
Yeah, it was.
Amazing. So, given your experience moving through the Food Freedom Program, would you recommend doing the program for anyone out there listening to this?
No. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Like I said, in the beginning, I was a little hesitant. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Is it going to work? Because I bet anybody who talks to you, you are not the very first person or the first program they've ever tried. We all try all sorts of things. And yeah, I think if you can come to this program with an open mind and just be willing, you don't have to expect that it's going to work or not work, but just be open and willing to think maybe, just maybe, then yeah, I really think you should jump on it, because it's made such a huge difference for me in my life. Huge.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. And you're right. Most people, once they've arrived at my doorstep, it's like myself and you, we've tried everything. And then that trust is no longer there. It's broken, because trust in ourselves, the trust in the programs, and we think, well, this is just another one of those things that I'm not going to be good at, or whatever the case is.
Yeah. It's just a part of me. It's always going to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, it's like you said, if if you're willing to just be there, be compassionate and explore, it's such a beautiful journey.
Yes.
Amazing. All right. So through the program, we kind of work on a whole range of tools to empower you to have a great relationship with food. And I wanted to just ask if there was anything in particular, any of my methods that has really helped support you through your journey.
Yeah, there have, and that's the beauty of what Stella also teaches. It's not just one thing or another. There's just many different things that, this tool may work tomorrow and it may not work, the next day. But there was like urge surfing. I remember that was real powerful for me. Just to be able to let go and flow with it and not fight it so hard. So that was powerful. The working, I don't know if this was necessarily a tool, but still taught me a lot about compassion and having compassionate talk for myself. I'd heard that a million times and thought it was malarkey. But I did it for whatever reason. She told me to, and I just did it. And I started talking to myself. I think for me, it started with, back in the very beginning, we found I don't remember what the item was, what you called that, but there was an item that I picked, and that was kind of my focus for the first week or two. I didn't have that for a long time, but I found something, and I look at it now and go, that just says it all, because it was a small doll that looked just like me as a kid, and it was a small young kid, and that's where I think a lot of my stuff started from. But anyway, that compassion, of talking to myself compassionately. If I did have a slip, that was okay. If I was having a great day, that was okay. Just talking to myself nice, instead of, oh, you did it again, you stupid person, blah, blah, whatever. Just that negative talk. I stopped doing that. And even talking to the urge and talking to the craving and talking to it, that was kind of new and different to me. And saying, I know you're here to protect me. Now tell me what I can do to help you. That was a whole different spin on things. I'd never thought to talk to that before. But why not? That's part of me. Why wouldn't you talk to that? Because you're having that feeling or the craving or the urge. And just talking to it with compassion and saying, I know you're here to protect me. I'm not going to fight you. I just want to know how I can help you. What do you need? Do you need to just be fed? Do you just, do you need to sleep? Do you need a bath? Do you need, what do you need? So that was huge for me. And I use that. I use urge surfing at times when I'm super stressed out and I can't think. Oh, another great one was when I get tense and stressed. Movement, just shake it out, shake that out of your body. It's like, what? That's crazy. Try it. It's not crazy. It works. It gets it out of there. It was pretty neat.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing your journey and just, openly being brave to, get on video and share with anyone who, might be just needing some help and not knowing where to go. So thank you, Cindy, for your time here today. And thank you for all your amazing work in your own personal journey. I'm super proud of your achievements and I can't wait to see what's next for you.
Me either.
And
that's the other thing. If you decide to do this, my guess is you will have the same experience that I had with Stell, which it's a relationship. You build this trust with her, and she doesn't just say, your hour is up, time is out, we're over, I don't, go away. It's not like that at all, all. It's truly a two-way street in a relationship. And that is, it's personal. It's personal with you. It's not some clinic. It's not some mail-in thing. It's real. It's personal and it's one-on-one, and it is amazing.
Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing, Cindy. And yeah, I am just so grateful for you coming on and grateful for you for coming into my life. As you said, we do become, just form such a beautiful relationship. So I wish you all the best and just thank you so much for sharing your journey.
Thanks, Stell.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining me today, and don't forget to share this with all your friends. You can do this by adding this to your Instagram story and tagging me at Wholesome Lifestyle Project, or by simply telling them about it. If you could rate and review on whatever platform you are listening, this will go a long way in helping me get this podcast out there so that I can share my message and help as many women out there struggling with food issues as I can. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram on Wholesome Lifestyle Project or connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Coombe-Heath, and that's where you'll find me on LinkedIn. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.